Good evening. This is your math practice video for your multiplication test. I'm going to run through the practice problems that were on your homework tonight, show you guys what the answers were, and show you what your problems should look like. So remember that we're trying to, as we go through and work out our multiplication problems, use two different strategies to work them out. What strategies you use are up to you. But tomorrow when you guys are taking your math test, some of this will be on there. So your first problem, you had 78 times 4. And so if you were doing standard algorithm, you were doing 8 times 4 is 2, you carried your 3. 4 times 7 was 28, plus the 3 is 31. So your final answer should have been 312. Remember what we talked about today in class, that if you figure out one strategy to solve your problem, that this answer should be the same answer that you find for your second strategy. So on this side we did the area model. So we have 4 and 78. We broke the 78 into two boxes. The first box is the 70, the second box is the 8. So on this first one we have 4 times 7 is 28. We have the 1 0 there, so we put the 1 0 there to make it 280. Remember that as we're doing the area model, that was our number one thing to watch for today in class, was to make sure that we had the zeros added in. And then we have 4 times 8 is 32. We took our two numbers, our products from our boxes, we added them together. So we get 280 plus 32. So we have 0 plus 2 is 2. 8 plus 3 is 11. We put down our 1, carried our other 1. Now we had 1 plus 2 is 3. So our sum there is 312. So if you look at both our strategies on the first problem, we had 312. On our second problem, we had 32 times 86. So we're doing a 2-digit by 2-digit. So we have 80 times 30 is 2,400. 80 times 2 is 160. And then for the bottom row, we had 30 times 6 is 180. 2 times 6 is 12. Again, remember our zeros. On this, we have 2 zeros, 2 zeros. On the 2 and the 80, we have 1 0, 1 0. And on the 6 and the 30, we have 1 0, 1 0. We add up all those numbers, the different products from inside the boxes. We end up with 2,752 on the second one. We did standard algorithm. For the 2 by 2, we had 32 times 86. Remember, you're starting off with the 6 times, so you're doing 6 times 2 is 12. We put down our 2, carry our 1. We did 6 times 3 is 18, plus the 1 is 19, which is where we got that. Second row then, for your 2-digit by 2-digit, remember you got to put down your 0, which was another thing to watch for as we're working out our problems. And then you're doing the 8, the 10th digit, times both the top numbers. So 8 times 2 is 16. We put down our 6, we carried our 1. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 1 is 25. And then we go ahead and add. So we do 2 plus 0 is 2. 9 plus 6 is 15. Put down our 5, carry our 1. 1 plus 1 plus 5 is 7. And then the 2 is 2. So our answer ends up being, on both different strategies, we have 2,752. All right, third problem, we had 562 times 5. This was a 3-digit by 1. So on our standard algorithm, we had 5 times 2 is 10. Put down our 0, carry our 1. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 1 is 31. We put down our 1, carried our 3. And we had 5 times 5 is 25, plus the 3 is 28. So our answer is 2,810. And then it should be the same answer over here on the other side. So we broke apart our 562. So we had 562 times 5. So we had 5 times 5 is 25. 2 zeros, 2 zeros, so it's 2,500. And we had 5 times 6 is 30 with 1 0, so it's 300. And then 5 times 2 is 10. We added up the three numbers, 2,500, 310. We got 2,810 as our answer, which we got using both strategies. My fourth one, just like in class, my picture didn't print. Sorry about that. So obviously you got it right. The last one, though, draw an array for the equation 3 times 9. Remember we talked about going back, double-checking your answer today in class. The array problems are simple, but we want to make sure and we want to double-check that we got it. So make sure that you have a 3 and then 9 going across. You could also draw it the other way where, I'm just going to turn mine to show you, if you drew it this way where you have the 3 going across and the 9 going down, I can also accept that. So I hope you did well checking over your practice test. At the top, make sure you put your name, and if you want, draw a star, put a circle around it, or just draw another kind of star, and I will see you back at school tomorrow.